So language doesn't work the way you think it does. And a lot of the issues that we are having right now in our political wars, besides the obvious racism and hatred and bigotry and just terrible things, a lot of it is like knowledge based and education and ignorance. And some of that is language. Conservatives regularly point to the dictionary to try to explain to liberals that they're wrong about a thing. Like, this is what racism means. This is what sex is. This is what gender is. They do that all the time. But that's not how language works. In a courtroom, for instance, you can sometimes use definitions of words and phrases to try to persuade a judge, but it's the least compelling evidence you can bring into the courtroom. You're going to use precedents, what the high court said, that sort of thing. And the very last thing that might make a judge raise an eyebrow is the dictionary. It's crazy how often conservatives bring a dictionary to a theory-based fight. There is no God on high or computer that gives us a dictionary and tells us that this is what a word means. Language evolves through how we use it, and then it's like codified in the dictionary. And that's why the dictionary is updated regularly with different words, different pronunciations, different meanings for words. So when you say, no, this is racism, look at this dictionary, that's not correct. We have people that studied racism for 30, 40, 50 years and wrote papers and got numbers and stats and debates. And now I'm seeing the opposite side of that, where you got the entire history of the LGBT community and movement, which started in pockets and on campuses and in clubs and underground. And now all of that is mainstream. So now those people are the dictionaries. Because this stuff has become so mainstream, there is a way that we use these terms and phrases. And all of that matters so that we're having the same conversation. There's lots of debate about terms, pronouns, bisexual, pansexual, transgender, non-binary, girl, boy, woman, man, gender, sex. All of those conversations grew out of really centuries and more recently decades of very nuanced, studied human history, sociology. And for at least the last 20 years, I think a large part of our problem is that we can't agree on what things mean. We can't agree that a thing is a thing. I just hope you kind of understand how language works better now. Through conversations, through dialogue, through debate, through research. Once we get a hold of it, once people in the world get a hold of it, it takes on a life of its own, and it's always evolving. And at some point we agree, hey, this is the thing we're talking about. And I think if the other side starts to understand that, we can at least start having the same conversation.